trying to flesh out.
Why am I feeling guilty?
Yeah.
Oh, my time. Until she was like,
Right.
it's knocked out. She's like, why am I so tired? You have COVID, Mom.
She'd say, oh, thank God it's something. I thought this was old age. Hey, welcome back. I'm Kerena Saltzman, and this is my husband, Ben. And welcome to the Salties. We are here to talk about our lives and relational skills and our relationship and the places where we're learning and fumbling and having fun. And we hope that it is of some value to your life and that we leave you with something that you can take with you at the end and apply.
So we are on week 3 of 3 weeks of vacation in Manchester, Massachusetts. And on week number 1, we got COVID. The whole family comes together. 8 of us, 9 of us?
Yeah, 9 of us.
9 of us?
Including Jennifer, I think.
It's a crew. We all arrive, and my parents don't wear masks on the plane and arrive with the present of COVID for all of us.
One of them is 85 and in a wheelchair. The other one's like 83.
Oh. And they're both really forgetful. You know, my mom has dementia, so she can't remember and doesn't like the feeling of a mask. And
But she's quite cheery, she'll say.
Yeah.
She'll say, well, I'm quite cheery about it all, but you know.
Yeah. Until she wasn't. Until she was like,
right.
It's knocked out. She's like, why am I so tired? You have COVID, Mom. When you have dementia, you gotta keep on telling them they have COVID. Over and over. Why am I so no energy? You have COVID.
And she'd say, well, thank God it's something. I thought this was old age. She was like kind of happily.
She was very excited that
having
there was
COVID.
a name for what she had.
And amazed that we had tests to test her to figure it out. She was mind blown.
There's tests. We have tests. Yes.
That was really cute.
This is your 3rd one, and we have tests. Oh, God.
And they were day 3 or 4 in with COVID by the time we tested them, or maybe 4 or 5, because they had somebody who came from Sweden to help them. Long story, former family friend who's also a Swedish spy, but we're not going to go into that here. And she was there helping him out, and she started getting a cold. And I was like,
All right, this was day 3, and that's when we tested them, and then we go down hard, and I really got hit with it early.
Yeah.
I was no energy, on my back, fevery, headache,
slept all day,
fuzzy thinking, sleeping. So I'm deep in it and feeling like crap. And then I can see my parents a couple days ahead of me. So at some point they're turning the corner. I'm like, oh God, there's hope. But there was a time when I was no hope, where I was just in the, oh God, this is gonna go on forever, and I'm gonna have long-term COVID. And I mean,
and you had just come out of some health issues, so
right,
this was
and
a big
other health
double hit.
issues. So this whack. And as I'm coming out, I can still feel myself being a recluse. I can still feel myself not coming out to join the family and participate in meals and be in the mix of vacation. And I feel guilty about this.
Mm-hmm.
We haven't talked about this yet.
Mm-hmm.
But I felt some guilt about extending my isolation longer than I might have.
Mm-hmm. Guilt that
I'm not coming out, that I'm not helping with Jordan, our 12-year-old child, that I'm not participating in meals, just that I'm like, I want to be by myself. I don't want to go play. I want to just stay shut down and
Just so you know, over here, those first few days, I was like popping Advil just to kind of stay in the game a little bit because I felt like I needed to. But those first few days, I wasn't holding. You were wiped. I mean, you were worse off. So in my mind, I was going like, okay, I didn't think to.
I was worse off.
Yeah. I wasn't thinking like, oh, where is he? Why isn't he?
Yeah, this wasn't the first 3 days. This was like.
Oh, after that.
Day 4, day 5.
Okay.
Yeah, where I'm like, I could probably come out and join the chaos, but I'm just gonna stay here
and avoid the contact.
Read and avoid. Yeah.
I still don't fully get it what the guilt is with that. Like, is it like I have limited time with my parent? I'm trying to flesh out.
Why am I feeling guilty?
Yeah.
It's something about not participating, it feels selfish to me to just hole up by myself and not help. Not help with our kid as much as I could, not help take care of my parents. I mean, they're my parents. You're here, but they're my parents. I don't know, support the family having a good time on vacation. Feels curmudgeonly and selfish and my time.
Right,
like a golem or something. And that's where the guilt is.
Okay. You do have a way of the place where I'm reflecting on right now is it seems like there's a part of you, and I'm kind of using that it seems, because I'm sort of checking it out here. So just for a little tip or something. So it seems like there's a part of you that feels a little obliged to entertain or engage or keep the juice running. Like I see that in you, this kind of like juice runner.
Yeah.
And people love that about you.
Yeah.
But if you're not doing that,
I can feel that.
Yeah.
This Enneagram type 7 feels like is in the mix here. Like juice, positivity, energy, fun, bringing that and feeling some responsibility.
I mean, the thing I had to get used to with Ben too is that you bring that with cats. He brings that with 10-year-old girls. He brings that with old ladies. Like he just
with cats.
Yeah, like let me just bring this. Like the way you pet our cat is just like you just engage.
The cat loves it.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. And you love that he loves it. But that is everywhere. It took me a while to get you to. Like, I love that about you, but it also felt a little scary, that aspect of you. I'm like, God, when does this end? It's every,
It's everywhere.
But now I'm just celebrated. So it's interesting to hear you say, it's like if you're not up and engaging and you're internal and curmudgeonly, you have a little guilt.
Yeah.
Different from shame, right?
Right.
Shame is like, I'm bad. Guilt is like, I'm doing something that...
Yeah, maybe there's shame there too.
A little shame.
Yeah. There's definitely some like, I'm not supposed to be doing it like this. Supposed to be doing it differently.
As you're reflecting on it now, what are you noticing?
I feel a little hot, a little like, whew. I'm kind of enjoying that I do that with the cat. I'm curious of what happens for you as I say this, as I reveal this to you. Is there any, what happens for you?
As you reveal your guilt of like hiding out?
Yeah. Like, is there any part of you that's like, you shouldn't have been doing that?
No, but I'm surprised because I could run that.
Yeah.
Just given who I am and how I organize.
Yeah, none of that.
No, I found my story about what happened was you went down and then I went down.
Right.
2 or 3 days later, I let myself go down for a few days. So I might have missed that.
Yeah, that's true.
So I experienced you kind of like coming more to the table when I was down.
Yeah. Right. Yeah, there was a couple of days where I was down and doing the curmudgeonly hiding thing before you went down, and then you went down, and I was like, okay, I got to step up now.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, well, I like hearing this. I mean, this is one of the things, to be able to kind of out our stories about where we feel like we're screwing up or inadequate or not doing it right in relationship,
Mm-hmm.
and check, like reality check with the other. This is huge.
Yeah.
In keeping relationships clean and clear. Because if we do stuff that we're not proud of, where we feel like we're taking advantage or not doing it well or out of integrity, and we hold on to that, often we would then get mad at the other person in some weird way. Like I would shut down relationship or turn things around and start to blame in a weird, twisted thing that we do.
Versus revealing your own feeling of inadequacy or guilt around.
Yeah, versus doing this, like talking about where I felt like I was out of integrity or where I felt guilty or whatever, and exploring it. It's not always this good.
No, it's not. I'm kind of surprised. I'm like, yeah, I wasn't really running any of like, where are you?
Yeah, I'm like, whew. But there's, even if it's not good, at least it's out.
Yeah.
And we can work through it. Even
Yeah.
if she would be angry about it, we could talk through the anger and get through to the other side, which is what we want for you all.
And there's places in all of us where we're hard to live with.
Yes.
Or we, we're just like, I can be really controlling. And just to be able to notice like, oh, did I just do that back there? And have you go, yeah, you did. And have me go, okay, got it.
Yeah.
All right, I'm going to try to let go of that.
All right.
Just being able to out, how are we trying to grow in relationship? I think it's one of the greatest things in relationship is to be able to grow and change together.
And to be able to say, this is what I'm working on. This is where I think I'm falling down.
Yeah.
And this is where I want to do it better.
Big.
Yeah.
And it takes a humbleness of spirit too.
Yeah.
I think to acknowledge the places where I'm not functioning highly.
Yeah. Yeah.
And yet we all have it, right?
Right. So where is this for you? Where do you think you're falling down? And have you come clean about that?
With yourself, ultimately.
With yourself and with the others. With the people that you care about in your life. All right, anything else?
I think that's a wrap.
All right, that is a wrap for this version of the Salties. Again, we do seminars on relationships and we work with couples. And if you are interested in more videos and you're not on our email list, head over to touchedandtransformed.com and click on the free videos or the newsletters and sign up. And if you want to engage, we'd love to support you.
Thank you.